You're listening to a Stand Up New York podcast.
Well, thank you so much for being here, everybody. Welcome to A Girl's Guide. This is a podcast hosted by me, a stand-up comedian in New York City who's very good at drinking and smoking and partying. At my podcast, I have my funny friends on who are also comedians, and we discuss their drinking and smoking and overall lifestyle tips to help you handle all the smoke in your life better, however you define the smoke. If you got it, let's get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? My guest today, so funny. Been joking with him for years in Philadelphia, in L.A., in New York City.
Yeah, we have done LA too.
Host of the Runnin Late Comedy show. Usually on time, I'd say, for a comic. Cap Washington.
Hey, how you doing, guys? Good to be here. I don't smoke, but I'm funny and I drink a lot, so that makes up for it.
You be high though.
Yo,
Sometimes I look in your eyes and I'm like, what is that? You know, if you bottle that up, I'll get high like you.
Cause I be trying to follow in your footsteps. I be trying to fit in, and then you be looking so happy, and I be like, what if I just smoke a little bit?
There's been times when I've been at a party and I've been so miserable, like really wanted to just jump out the freaking window, and you walked up to me like, yeah, I don't know, like where to go or like what to do, and I'm like, yeah, take care of yourself, man. Take care of yourself. I can't save you, Cab.
Once again, ... If you really want to know how I feel, I'm gonna tell you. And I'm like,
nigga,
okay, here we go.
Pick a corner and shift periodically. That's what you do, okay?
I'm gonna get another shot. And then, does everyone go outside so I can smoke? How about that?
But tell me a little about your name. I don't know if I ever asked you about that.
Oh, I never talked to you about that?
I don't know, probably, but I was high.
Yeah, you're right. Just following up on last night. You like, I saw you last night. I'm like, got it. Cool. But like, no, first name Colin. Hella white.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, right. It's giving Colin for sure.
Yeah.
But I was just like I grew up playing basketball in Philly, and like I remember playing basketball. Like I remember being on the court, being like, "Yo, my name's Colin," and then being like,
no NBA story ever started like that. So he walked up to the courts on the streets of Philadelphia, and he said, "Yo, my name's Colin," and then they let him keep talking, and then it was a happy ending. Like it just it's get Colin the fuck out of here. Get him now. He's a fucking op, man. That's the most suspicious shit
they
ever.
Call me Colin Fed Washington. Colin the Fed Washington.
I don't even know these kids, but how do I know these kids?
Literally. I didn't have to say nothing. You just knew what the fuck was else. That was the story. There it was.
Yeah, and you know I was the type of girl that like was the one girl that was playing basketball with the boys, and I would have been like, immediately no, nigga.
Nah, not
immediately
him. Nah.
No.
Get one leg Qasim over there.
Where your people at? We need to know why they named you this.
No, literally, it was just like that. It was an iteration of that where niggas would just be like, Khalid, and I'm like, Colin. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make it easy. I'm gonna go by half of my middle name, turn that joint in a cab, and then it was.
What's your middle name?
Cabell. Colonization. That's all it is.
Colin
Cabell.
Washington.
Yes.
I'm sorry to say your full name like that.
I'm a whole politician.
We're putting your whole shit out there.
Dude.
I gotta say, that's a pretty white name, Colin. I can't even call you Colin.
That's the first time you ever called me Colin.
It's cracking me up to say it. Listen, Colin.
Yo, whenever you do that joke, holy smokes, I'm like, that's a Colin right there.
Reading your filth, right?
That's a Colin.
Yeah. No, that's a joke I have about white guys and what they say when they get excited. No, that's crazy. So how long did you go by Colin before you were like, enough of this?
Once again, it was a high school, and like other ballers had like Jesse Bouge Martin and like Skip.
They just sound like 2K names, you know?
Right. But
what's Giannis Antetokounmpo?
First of all, that's a whole Greek nigga. Yeah.
What other career could he have had? You know what I'm saying? I sometimes like listen to when I hear them announce certain basketball players' name. I'm like, he had to go into professional sports. What else could he have did? Judge.
Yo.
Everyone, please rise for honorable judge. Attention,
everyone.
Judge Giannis. Everyone, honorable.
So that's my first day. I'm here just trying to figure it out.
That is too much for me.
No, but catch me on the stand. Judge Colin Cabell Washington, right there.
Where does Cabell come from?
Dude, so Cabell, little known story, is my mom's maiden name.
Now, so she did some Beyonce shit. She did some Beyonce shit on you. Yeah. This is the most light-skinned story ever.
Yo, we holding it down for the light skins. We keep it real, man.
Yo, but this is all I came to talk to you about is really light-skinness. When you look at Drake.
Guys, she had this whole script ready and briefed me on everything.
Yo, the doors are padded. He can't leave. When you look at Drake.
He's like, no. We going straight to light skin. Now let me get your name.
I'm gonna get the hard stuff done first.
Go ahead.
When you were little and like as you were growing into a young man, you know Drake was coming into prominence, right?
Yep.
Light skinned, bearded ass niggas.
Best I ever had.
They were singing and rapping, and apparently there's no rules. They're doing it all. You know,
they was shucking and jiving.
They're acting, and they can play handicap, and it's okay.
Yeah.
There's just no rules. When you first got an understanding of the Drake persona and what was happening, did you feel connection to it or did you feel threatened by it? You know,
because as a light skin, you often do feel insecure in spaces that are predominated by Black people. You know, so me, I just felt seen for the first time.
Wow.
That, you know, God's plan started from the bottom, even though he started from the middle, started from the top. Like, I was just like,
he's a Colin like me.
The man's name is Aubrey. I just was like, thank you guys.
That's gang.
Like,
I mean, we're laughing because we're so funny and like we like levity, but I absolutely sympathize with light skins. I really do.
Thank you.
I really do, because I think being Black is very hard. I think being Black in a very colorist society where someone can say you're other than Black or an other Black is a road that I am personally very grateful I don't have to. Nobody ever looks at me and is like, oh, maybe you're... They're like, no, for sure, absolutely Black.
Right.
And then I mix them up and talk about some shit they never heard of, you know?
Right. Yeah.
But I really feel for you in that, not specifically you. I don't have no flowers for you.
No, I still hate you. Let's be real, okay?
Colin, I know you came from a good home. I don't have that much sympathy. But no, I really do feel it because...
Never playing basketball again after this. It's a wrap.
Not on these streets. Take it to the rec center. I dated a guy for a long time who was very light skinned, lighter than you.
Okay.
Like, I can barely explain it.
Do I know them?
No.
Okay.
But he was half Black, half white, definitely white leaning. Like, only his hair was like how you could really tell, really.
Got it.
But,
what celebrity comp would you give?
Honestly, he looked
like
more
Jesse
like
Williams,
I would say he looked more like a John Leguizamo.
Stop it. My man looked Rican. He broke the third wall.
Yeah, he was so light
that
it almost seemed like he was like a Latin person who maybe just hadn't gotten the sun in a while. So
it was also crazy.
Yeah. So we dated for a long time, and we took a trip to Africa. Because
see, this is what you do. You like, yo, come on my podcast. We're gonna talk about cool shit. But then I'm gonna take you to Africa real quick.
So we go to Africa.
Who's other guests on this podcast? I just want to see you.
Lots of people.
Go ahead, continue.
We go to Africa, and he's very light skinned in Africa. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
He's like the lightest skinned person that a lot of people there have seen, and he's with a bunch of Black people. And so we're in West Africa, and every time we get out of a car, like tinted window car, every time we get out of a car and kids in Africa see him, they start screaming like a word that I don't even know exactly what it was, but it was something like Nasada, 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 like an alarm, you know?
Yeah.
And after a few days, I was like, what does that even mean? And this like professor of African studies that was with us was like, it means white devil.
Oh,
and they're alerting each other in the neighborhood that a possible white man is entering. And so then I said to him when we were alone, I was like, are you okay? These kids have been screaming white devil at you for days now in Africa. Like, it's just hard. Are you okay? And nobody was asking him if he was okay.
He came back.
He was like, yo, I appreciate you, but I got to keep it real with you. Because he grew up in Harlem. He was like, the kids in Harlem said way worse shit to me. Way worse shit to me than white devil. Like, to him, that was southpaw.
To him, I'm still hanging out with these kids. Yeah.
Yeah. And I really felt for him that day.
Did you?
Yeah, for sure.
So how many instances did it happen? And then did it put a damper on your guys' relationship?
Oh, no. It didn't affect the relationship. I mean, not that trip anyway, but it happened a lot during that trip. In Africa, every time we got, if there was kids around, like adults weren't saying it to him. They were thinking it. Yeah. But adults were chilling. The kids,
Oh, yeah, those
though,
gave us a look, though. Yeah.
like, he would just open the car door. He wouldn't even get his body out, and they would see his arm. And they
His
would
little-
Nasada! Nasada! And, like, screaming it at him. Like, pointing in his face. It was rough.
Yeah.
He had a really hard time with that. So I do sympathize because, you know, light skin. It's when you know what? If you have any, are there any light skin celebrities that you hate?
It's tough. It's tough because I just
You're not
know
mad at
that
Common. You're
Rick
not
Fox,
even a little mad at Common. Come
but
on.
Common is tough because I feel like
you love
Common
him.
has restored so much of his image because of his sound. You know, Drake just sounds exactly how he looks. You know,
Right.
Whereas Common, he comes through with these neo hip hop like beats, like throwback. But Shamar Moore, he's a little annoying.
If I was a light skin, I would be angry at Shamar Moore
Yeah.
for those cornrows.
Yeah.
Those classic cornrows. If you haven't seen it, it's a Tyler Perry movie where he puts Shamar Moore in it and decides we can't wait for him to grow hair.
Also, I think he was in Barbershop? Was he in the
Was he in
Barbershop?
Barbershop? No, that was that other
another
light skin
light-skinned
guy. What's his name? His name was like Eli
I
or something
forgot,
like
but he
that.
had cornrows
Yeah.
and he did it Eve, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
He had like
yeah.
blue eyes.
Yeah, mad attractive.
People
yeah.
were going crazy for him.
They didn't even have Twitter back then, but people did love him, yeah.
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 But you know what? If I was you, I would hate that light skinned guy that Solange got with. You remember when she got married and they took all
did
these
she get
pictures?
pregnant? She was pregnant with it?
No, that was the first guy she had her
Yeah.
baby with, but then she married another guy that they had this big, like, it changed the course of weddings that year. Everybody was taking photos like Solange at this wedding.
Yeah.
And this one light-skinned guy who looked like Drake, Common, and the guy
The
from
amalgamation?
Barbershop.
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
all of them.
Yeah.
And it seemed like such a big thing, and then he, like, was shitty to her. And they
I
broke
don't
up.
remember him. I mean,
I'm
there's
just
a
trying
couple.
to give you people to hate.
I mean, who's another guy? I mean, we got Rick Fox, not a big fan of him. I feel like he's...
What's wrong with Rick Fox? Why you hating Rick Fox
Dog,
for?
his jaw's just too big. It's almost like, are you Middle Eastern? Like, are you really one of us?
Yeah.
Like, then he had the long... He was like one of the first dudes that did the man bun, which no light-skinned nigga should ever do.
What?
Okay, sorry.
You set the
It's
rules.
Omari.
Tell me.
What's that?
You set the rules. What they can't do it for? Why they can't bun it up?
because he has like it's a combination of the skin tone and then the hair. It's an accent. It's like the thing with black people is they have like commentary on the access that you have based on skin, hair, appearance, physical, like social things like that, and that's
Yeah.
what gets it. But he was effervescent. Like, he could do whatever the hell he wanted that a white person was doing.
Yeah.
And that's the part. Like,
He kind of was. I always thought of him. I don't know if this is weird, but I always
then he
thought
dogged
he was
one of the baddest light-skinned women in the game. Like, it's
Who
Vanessa
was it?
Williams.
Vanessa Williams. Yeah, but I always kind of felt like they looked alike.
They're brother
I
and
was like,
sister.
you guys are fucking each other. That's nasty. You just like him because he looks like you. I was like, you guys are narcissists. I'm sure your sex is hot, but narcissists
Right,
get over yourself.
No, I just...
Fucking gross.
What do you prefer? Do you have like a...
I don't have a preference. I've dated all different types of people, all different types of men. I will say that I've only had a serious relationship with a white guy once, and it was pretty wild, I would say.
Yeah.
I felt a lot of disconnect in that relationship where I was like, I don't even know, man. You keep saying you love me, and that's nice. You know, I had never been in a relationship where somebody said something so heartfelt, and I was like, just...
He's like,
Wow.
we did just meet.
Can we get the check? But I do also regret one time being on a date with a light-skinned guy and telling him, like, yeah, I really like light-skinned guys. I regret doing that because first it wasn't true.
Wow. What year was this?
It was a long time ago.
Stop. It was
It
last...
was, it was like
I was at a comedy club in
2012
May.
probably. Maybe 2011. I regretted saying it, one, because it wasn't exclusionary. Like, it wasn't true. I like all types of guys. And two, because I could see on his face that he was kind of like, bitches always say that to me. He was just like, yeah, you like light-skinned guys? Well, great. I'm just another light-skinned guy
He
in your
just hit you with this
roster.
eye. Like,
And then years later, because we dated for a long time, me and that guy.
Oh,
I remember
interesting.
him saying to me, I always worry that, like, you're going through a phase with light-skinned guys and that you'll eventually get tired of me and, like, go back to a dark-skinned guy. And I was like, you're so
This guy's
crazy, nigga.
so light-skinned.
I was
Oh
like, you're
my
so crazy, nigga. That's so
God.
insane. And so then we broke up just because he was not supportive of comedy. And then one time he... for whatever reason, was on my Snapchat, and I was dating a very dark-skinned guy then. And I had, like, posted a video of us, like, making out, and I saw that he saw it, and I was like, ah! It is true, but you made it. You did it.
This one's for Teray. Hope he sees it.
It's not my fault, you know?
Season over.
So
Bring
have
all
you
the
always,
darkies in.
how old were you when your beard connected?
No, wow, that's a great question. Seamless segue.
Do you remember the time? That's a very light-skinned question. Tell me about your beard.
So your beard, what chemicals do you put in it? Nah, but it's been a minute, yo. I've connected for a lot of my life.
You better calm down. I don't think you should pimp so hard right now. This is why they didn't want to play ball with you. I've just always, I don't know, I've always just had a beard.
I've just been bearding.
No, you don't remember the age? Like, you just were hairy face man?
No, no, a lot of women had said you gotta eat more, you know, and then I just started doing that, and then no, it's not how it happened. I was really you're like, yeah, Philly, got it.
A lot of women told you that. Like, women were coming up to you like, hey, I seen your beard not connecting. If you would like some help with that,
come here, buddy.
Time to eat the puss.
Come get on your knees.
Colin. We gonna change your name.
No, it was like, no, honestly, it's weird how it happened. I always like talk about it in a way where it literally like trickled it like delivered it. Like the power of my head hair that was so thick, it just went into my beard. So it fully, I used to have like a little one finger here that was, no, like it literally was a gap here. And then, and then I was 20, I think I was like my third year in LA. I was like 25, and then I shaved it off and I went full bald because I went to India, got this horrible haircut. You could probably.
Is that what happened?
Got this horrible haircut in India, and then I shaved everything off and started fresh, and then literally it just like slowly grew
I'm sorry to laugh, but I just have this idea of you being in India, like dressed in the garb, and then being like, the fuck is this Indian man? Look, we gotta fix his hair.
Yeah, right.
They thought you were Bangladeshi.
No,
and they tried to fix
like,
you.
Zoopy. Yeah.
They tried to fix you, and then you were like, no, nigga. And they were like, what?
And I sent a picture to my barber in Philly, and he was like, yeah, we gonna save you, bro. We gonna bring you back, bro. Just stay there, have a good time. No one's gonna judge you, but when you get back here, you can't be looking like this.
Yeah, come straight to me.
Right.
Like, I've always felt like men, especially who have like very big beards, like you have a big full beard, that it's just makeup. Not to say that your beard isn't real, but it is the equivalent of makeup on your face. Because if women could walk around like this and still pull y'all niggas, I would pull mad niggas just off this. If I could just be like this, look, just.
I can see it. I know what it is.
You know?
But here's the thing is like, with beards, is like it's not for everybody. Like a lot of women will be like, oh my God, like I feel like you keep pricking me, or like
so
my lips are chapped.
Bitches. They be punks.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're like, bitch, how much hair do you have?
Right.
Because I be slapping niggas with some braids. I'll knock you out with some braids. In the summertime.
You be smacking niggas with weave? Wow.
Sure do. And we'll have a debrief before every session. I'll let you know what you can and can't touch. I'll let you know. We're gonna go with a plan.
Oh man, now you gotta drop that book, yo. Shit.
I'm working on it.
Clever conduct. No, but it was it was cool. It rocked out, and then Philly's all, you know, Philly always has had the culture. They really embrace you. Like, bro, if you don't get they be looking at you like, bro, you're the only one in sophomore year of high school that beard can connect. Nigga, let that shit grow. So then,
like, stop showing people your face.
Yo, nigga, you ugly as shit, bro. You get no bitches. They'll say shit like that too. Like, nigga, you aren't gonna get no pussy. Like, niggas with no beard will be mad at you for pussy that they could have got. And I'm sorry I said pussy so much, but Philly.
It's fine. It's fine. This podcast is for adults. But when you were little in Philly, you like my segues? When you were little in Philly, were you
it's very Terry Gross.
Were you like a bigger kid?
Yeah, I was fat. How did you know?
Oh.
Wait, stop it, Chanel. Here you go with your wizardry, dog. Yo, producer, you need to know this about you. She probably be sensing you.
One time Cat fell asleep, and I dug in his beard a little, and I was like, you were a fat kid. Fat found Cheez-Its.
Literally, she was like, do.
No, you did tell me that like years ago.
Oh, I did?
Yeah,
Okay, got it. I was going to say, you do be having like Latin mom intuition.
I do be knowing people, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, when you were little, you were like, when do you think you
I was
started
a
to
fat boy.
thin
I
out?
had like a fat head, dog. You see how big my head is? My head never got skinny. It's my head just stayed
I
big.
think you have a regular sized head for your body.
Nah, this shit is. What do y'all think? Submit in the comments. All right.
Oh, I love that they can't even respond right now. But I always feel like sometimes with young boys, they do go through a period. Like my little brother, for a while, I was like, oh, are you about to be kind of, he was like, he just was eating the same amount as me. We were having the same diet, but he got very big. And then he kind of like 14, 15, just kind of grew into his body.
So that's the thing is like, so my dad owned a rib restaurant growing up, and I had a pork diet. That was my shit.
In Philly?
In Philly.
What was it called?
Ron's Ribs. We never talked about it? That's crazy. Okay.
I would remember Ron's Ribs.
Yeah, it was on South Street, yo.
Wow. If y'all don't know, South Street is a legendary street in Philly where they used to have a lot of dope stuff. Not as much anymore. But
Yeah,
anyway.
it's definitely dwindled down now. The whites just ran rampant.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I had a pork diet, and my dad, he would like.
I mean, nothing's gonna keep a baby occupied like passing them a rib. You know,
literally.
like you could just that's a babysitter.
Did a nigga a rib in an audience? Literally, they're just like, look at little Kyle. Like, want to see it again? There we go.
He's going ham on this.
Yeah, literally. So I was eating so bad. I remember one year I went to the doctor. I gained like 32 pounds in 1 year. I was like 3rd grade, but then the counter happened when I was in 7th and 8th grade. I grew 8 inches and I didn't gain any weight. So then I was just this sexy light skinned person. I could really step into my
I'm catching up to myself. Yeah.
Waves was spinning. I started running across country.
Wow.
The women came out and I was like, oh shit, but I still feel like a fat nigga. So that's the worst actually combination is an insecure light skinned person, which
There's a plethora, yeah.
Exhibit A.
I've also dated men before who like were big before and are no longer big.
What are they like? Are any of them like people you're proud to know?
Here's what I was gonna say. The issue.
Four of them are dead.
The issue, they're no longer with us. But the issue that I felt, especially with one of them, and I felt like this was like severe deep with him, is that he thought he was still so fat. Yeah. And no matter as supportive as I could have been, I'm literally fucking you. It just wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough for him.
I'm dropping this thing on you.
He just constantly felt like it was all like a gotcha, like something else was up. And I was just like, first of all, you're just like, I thought he was like a very regular sized man at that point. But to him, he still felt like very ugly, I would say. Yeah. And yeah, so I just felt like that, him just kind of self-hating himself was like really, I was like, man, this is like before you could really tell niggas to go to therapy. So it was just like,
before I had that in my toolbox.
Okay, you'll have to, we couldn't do it remotely. You're not going to go there. But were you a late bloomer when it came to like dating? Yeah. So my brother, he was like, you know my brother. So he. I mean, I don't know him. Yeah. But is he your older brother? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. How much older is he? 3 years. Oh, okay. Word. So he grew up with this fast metabolism, would eat the same pork diet, but be skinny as hell, take the biggest shits. You should have got him out of here, Yo, right. Fucking up your image. Dude, literally. So everyone's like, oh my God, your brother's so cute. And I'm just in there fat, just befriending women. Like, you're like, I like ribs. No, literally. You can call me Cab. Right? I'll let you get exclusive content. My name is Cab. No, oh my God. No, that was literally it. Everyone just adored my brother, and I was just a fat, sensitive young boy. And then I lost it all. And then I met this girl. I don't know if you remember. But she worked at in West Philly. I think I might have heard of her. Yeah. So yeah, of course, Philly's that small. And then she was like super attractive, like had grown exponentially. So she had already lost her virginity, and then we're bleeping her name. Right. Yeah. This is a note for edits. Yeah. He's out here spilling all shit. Right. Continue. But no, we're still friends to this day. Yo. So she, it's gonna go viral in Philly. I know, right? She works here. I don't know if you see her. I'm like, Jesus Christ, my nigga. She works from 7 to 7. You might have seen her on Fridays and Saturdays. At this address. Literally, all these niggas start filing into like, so I heard you was early bloomer. Okay, no. But no, so she was the first girl that had like a crush on me, and then like
interested in me, and I'm over just playing the hard friend game. Don't even think I have access to this. And then she kissed me at this random party, and I was like, oh, yo, this nothing, yo.
Yeah, you should have just started singing her. Hey, baby, you my everything. You all
everything. Jake had not come out yet. He was still in a wheelchair.
Oh, that's right.
He's still playing basketball.
I just wanted you to get a jump on it.
I like ribs. That's what I told her. And, and she was like, me too.
She was like, what?
And then, yeah, we made out, and then we dated, and then we had sex. And that was the first girl I ever dated, ever kissed, ever had sex with. And it was all in one. But at that point, I had not known I had this stock, you know. Mm-hmm. So even to this day, it's something you never forget, the embarrassment of being, especially in Philly. Like, Philly kids are rotten, dog.
Oh, yeah. They scare me.
But then they hit you up randomly on Facebook like 20 years later with 4 kids like, yo, how you been? Like, I'm like, no.
I can't imagine.
You called me Santa Claus, yo. On my 13th birthday.
You called me the Sada.
Literally.
Dang, that's
you fat
really
and you
rough.
sound white, dog. Yeah.
That is really rough. I actually hit up a friend from high school one day.
You did? You pulled it on?
I was really in my feelings one day.
Stop.
No, I was really in my feelings one day, and I hit up this girl and was like, yo, back in the day, your mom was mad racist to me. Like, she used to say mad racist shit to me because she was Asian and her mom was Asian. And I was like, your mom used to, I would come over and she'd be like, you hanging out with that girl again? That girl's nothing but trouble. And it's like, my friend was always sucking dick. She was so bad.
Her daughter.
Her daughter was a slut.
A dick sucker.
She was like, we were very young, and I was like, girl, you gotta slow down, girl. Every time she would tell me about something she did, I was like, I have never even heard of that. It's insane. And so I hit her up one day, like I was in my feelings as an adult, and I just hit her up and was like, yo, your mom was mad fucking racist to me. I used to come to your house all the time.
So here we go.
Anyway, dear girl, I'm not gonna say her name, but dear girl, you know, blah, blah. And she wrote me back and was like, yeah, she was fucking racist. Also, she died.
Oh my God.
And she was like, she even doubled down and was like, and I'm happy she's dead.
Oh my God.
And I was like, still doesn't erase the fact that she was really fucking racist. And y'all got mad money. And it's like, yo, make sure you're donating. That's why I said to her, I was like, make sure you're donating, yo. Make sure you're... You know what y'all did, yo. Make sure y'all trying to make the world a better place.
By saying, make sure y'all donating.
Yo, look, I don't want to hear about your little sad troubles about your mom dying. I don't want to hear about that shit. You know what y'all was doing. Y'all know what y'all was like. Donate that shit.
So wait. So she, her parents own like a restaurant, or they own like a Chinese restaurant? Or
No. I just used to hang out with her. She was just a friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
And I would go to their house all the time, and they, you know, I would like take family trips with them.
Yeah.
And even one time, the first time,
she's like,
no, the first time I even knew it was something is because she was at my house and she called her mom on my house phone, and she had it on speakerphone, and she was like, "Yeah, me and Chanel are gonna go to the movies," and she was like, "You and a black girl are gonna go to the movies."
She said it in English though.
Yes.
Oh, okay, got it.
She's like, "You're just going to the movies?" I don't buy that. I don't buy that at all. And it's crazy because in that exact moment, I was like, she sucks dick at the movies every time. It's crazy. I don't even be there when she be doing that.
You was in the back. I'm like, I'm
the good one.
But you about to suck Kareem's dick.
So racist, and I'm the good one. It was really like
I'm actually gonna fill out this job application while I'm at the movies.
I actually don't think your daughter's going to college. You know.
Damn, now I feel like I know this girl.
She ended up marrying a white guy and chilled out. So she's chilling.
With a dead
parent. I want to talk about the time I gave you a hotel room.
Oh, yo.
One time I did a gig in Philly and it came with a hotel room. I think I had already stayed there one night.
I'm sorry, this isn't like an exciting story, but
I know, it's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
And I gave you the key card because I ran into you and I was like, hey, I have to go back to New York, but this room is paid for, blah, blah. You know, get crazy. And when I gave him the key card, I said to him, it's room 325. Like,
oh, shit.
It's room 325, which is a very logical amount of information to give somebody when you're giving them a room key, right? 30, 40 minutes later, what's the room number? How am I going to even? I was like,
it was 4 different times that I asked you.
I was like, write it down. Text yourself.
You don't even text that
Are
long.
You trying to get buns?
Right.
That's really what I felt like I was saying. I was like, you're asking for a lot of help. Right. I've done the hardest thing for you. You need a place that looks cool to take her back to and it's clean. Here the fuck you go. It's an electronic key. Go take her and
Sheridan.
tell her.
It was a nice hotel.
I was like, yo, go tell her that you paid for it. So what happened that night?
Tell her you're that boy.
Mm-hmm. Be like, yo, I'm Drake, bitch. I got a hotel rooms paid for, mama.
You're lazy. Something way better than the cot you be sleeping on at my crib. But but no, I fumbled that crazy. I think she ended up like not coming. But I was like low key embarrassed. It was the third time where I was like, Rob, yo, was one of our friends. Yeah. I was like, yo, do you remember what number she said again? And he was like, he was the same way. Just like,
he was like, yo, bro, nigga, are you new at this? It's your first time trying to get into a hotel room? They're only going to tell you the number one time.
Literally. No. He's like, at that point, you don't get no buns, bro. I was like, damn. But yeah, she ended up not even coming. I was sad. It was probably because I couldn't remember the key number. It was probably like the world trying to tell me, like, nigga, get better at remembering shit.
She might have roofied you.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
You were in danger, I think.
Nah, that's my bad, dog.
That's all right. It's all right.
What about this weekend? What about this weekend?
You ready now? He's like, I got a plan. Let me try again. Throw me in, coach. Are your DMs pretty lit?
Yo, my DMs are so a lot of my friends have gotten viral recently, and they're all like, one of my homies has a girlfriend. My other homie, he's taking full advantage, and they're always just like, yo, bro, they be on my top, like every city. And I'm just like, no one's on my top. Just no one. I feel fat again. Am I fat? Do I look fat? Do I look fat on the camera?
No.
People of the girl Chanel's pod.
Again, happy they can't respond, but don't ask for validation like that.
No, like I'll get it every now and then. During Women's History Month, the lady did say, "Hey, would you like to honor women's history by?" And I was like,
"That does not count." Let's go. That's interesting. So, do you feel like most of your like female interactions when you're trying to like holler at somebody is like you really had to do the thing? Yeah,
dude, I am very functional and participant and like. Hey, want to grab drinks, or hey, want to link up, or hey, want to come to the show? But yeah, I don't ever get like errand, like, yo, you should come over, or like, what are you doing, or like, oh, I'm coming to your next show, like, can't wait to see you.
But I know all your business, and I know you know that because I'm really smart. But you obviously have had women like show interest in you, but they haven't done it in a traditional way. Would you say?
I haven't. So is the question?
Because I don't have no weirdos on my podcast that come over here and don't get shit. I want y'all to know. We be in VIP at the club. We be in VIP at the club.
They be getting bitches, yo.
And on the last episode, I told Remy Casimir, I said, all my girls would be like, yo, you out here? And that means you out here coming. Orgasms. That's what the question means.
Either you coming, or
are you out here?
You coming and about to come.
Or are you trying to get out here?
Right.
Because get out here.
No, I definitely do work. That's not an issue. But, and maybe this is a light skin privilege thing, but I feel like I could do less work to get that work. You feel me?
I also feel like for me, my DMs are pretty chill.
Yeah.
But every once in a while I do get somebody who makes like a very big proposal, but it's just never of the ilk that I want.
Of the ilk.
You know?
Stop. Okay, word.
Like a couple weeks ago, this guy,
lexicon?
I could just tell from his message, because he didn't say where he saw me, that he probably saw me on that show that I'm on CW.
Okay. Yeah,
I could just tell. I was like, I think you probably saw me on that show. And he was like, yeah, you're so beautiful and blah, blah. How would you like to come to Paris and, you know, just really hang out with the best drummer in all of France?
Oh.
Who is me? Nigga. And I was like, that sounds lit. Right. That sounds amazing.
Put that on my Sapphire card.
I would love to hear all about, like, what's up? And he was like, yeah, so just let me know when you get here.
No.
Do you have any plans? He literally asked me, like, do you have any gigs scheduled already for Paris? No. No Paris gigs.
There's an oop right here.
As of yet on the calendar. Not my Paris season. Oh, Paris! No. We always do Paris in January.
Paris in summer? I was going to say Paris in summer. You want me to go Paris in the summer?
I can't go back to Paris. I'm in Tokyo. How am I going to go back to Paris? Yeah. And then he sent me, like, all these songs and, like, these videos. And it was like, really, I could tell that this guy had done like a moderate amount of research and had an idea of things that I liked. And he knew we were going to connect, and I really think we could have.
Yeah.
But he was missing this glaring point.
Right.
Of the hustle of how we going to do it.
How this is going to happen.
You know?
Yeah. What had you felt at that point? In one question, and then second, was he attractive, or were you interested enough?
I thought he was like mildly physically attractive, like definitely not my type, but his persona seemed interesting enough that I was willing to consider it.
Got it.
For sure. Like, he obviously is a very talented musician and is mildly successful, not enough to buy a plane ticket, but mildly successful. So I was intrigued enough that I was like, I actually think this guy understands to a certain extent that we would probably get along on paper.
Yeah, right.
Because I'm a
right.
creative and he's a creative and we live in like, whatever worlds. But also he doesn't have great game.
Yo, the game literally the whole moves but no finish. That's I've never heard a grand proposal.
Yeah.
With no what did he just did he like share the video that
Of what, like him playing?
Did he share the video of the thing that he was attracted to, that the material or whatever?
He didn't. He just referenced my beauty. Like, I just saw you and you're so beautiful.
No, that would drive me
so
insane.
Funny and so talented. You were like, tell me about the thing that you saw me on.
Yeah, no. It would drive me insane if like I remember I was in Milwaukee and it was a similar thing. It was like, oh, can't wait to see your next show, and I'm just like, are you gonna be in Chicago? Are you coming to New York or anything?
Work.
Like, yo, you over here? Like, yeah, just hit me up when you're back here. I'm like, how you just almost made out with me in the line?
You were like, I thought I bought a ring.
Yeah, right. I already had the rings. I got 42 left of me. Dude, shout out to my boy, dog. Really. This one's for you.
You were doing too many shout outs on my podcast.
No, sorry, I just Philly shit. But no, I really wish it was. I don't know. When does it? Like you've had threesomes offered to you. When does that happen? Is that only in person?
Well, the first time that happened to me was when I did a gig in Atlantic City. Yeah. I did a gig and this is when I was a little bit more reckless with my life. I'm a little safer now.
No, nigga, you're not. Yo, every time I go out with you, every time I go out with you, Chanel, I'll be like, yo, want to drink, want to whatever. She's like, 2 shots. I'm like, 2? Okay. Yeah. You just want to start with 2?
He
For
likes
sure.
to sip. I'm trying to get there.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, we already got here late. Let's
2
get
shots.
started.
You got a blunt? Like, I don't smoke, but do you have a blunt?
But
though?
I did a show in Atlantic City years ago when I was like such a baby comedian. It's just ridiculous. I just was out here in my grandmother's car, went to Atlantic City. I'm going to perform like a baby comedian. And afterwards, I was hanging out with a group of people. Yeah. And I just happened to bring up, like, I just don't even know where I'm going to stay. I just don't have a place to stay. And I would really hate to drive all the way back to Philly because it's a significant drive, like late at night after drinking, whatever. And so one of them was like, oh, it's perfect. We have 2 beds in our room. You can totally stay with us. It was a married couple from Delaware. I'll never forget them. Their faces are etched into my brain. From Delaware. And so we went to their room and we all hung out there. We were like drinking. It was me and a bunch of people. We were drinking. We ended up doing like handstands against the wall. We were doing like cartwheels. It was weird, drunk stuff. And then we all went for a walk, and one of the couple's friends came up to me and was like, hey, you gonna stay with them? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, okay, well, be careful.
Oh, what?
And then she walked out of my life forever. She was like, poof.
Was that episode of Atlanta?
She threw some dust, and then she was gone. And I was like, wait, more information. I have the key already. And so, we got lit.
Wait, no, come back.
She just left my life forever. We got lit. We go to the hotel room. I pass out immediately because I'm drunk and tired.
Yeah, 100%.
I wake up and I'm like, when you wake up and you first take an assessment, I woke up and I was like, I feel fine. Ain't nobody fuck with me. It's chilling. I'm out here. It's not a big deal. So I turn over and they're actively awake, touching each other and looking at me.
Oh my God.
Looking at me
naked?
like, yeah.
Oh my God.
And she's like, hey, we've been waiting for you to wake up. And her husband had a whole mullet. Like this man, they were the quintessential couple from Delaware. They were straight out of the state of Delaware.
How old, yo?
I don't know, probably in their late 30s, not old.
So Joe Dirt, okay.
But, yes.
A young Joe Dirt, okay.
Yes, and like that girl from
No, what's the girl look like? Yeah.
She looked like it's like in my brain. She looked like Pennsatucky. You know that girl from Orange Is the New Black?
No, but it's like I get it.
Rough.
Delaware couples, yeah.
It's rough, man.
It's a look.
Rough all around. And so I'm like, oh, snap. Y'all are
You're like,
busy.
I'm so drunk.
And so I'm like fully clothed, but still I need to like get my shoes and my coat. And I'm like, oh, thank you guys so much for letting me stay. This is amazing. You guys keep doing it. Don't you have to get up. Don't you even fucking move.
No, stay inside her. No, stay.
I fucking leave and just like hightail it. And they like messaged me on Facebook for a while. Like, if you're ever in Delaware,
oh my God,
for a while. They were really trying to like, they even invited me to their kid's birthday party.
To like what? To just be there?
Yeah. Or maybe to fuck them. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the plan was, but I was like, yeah, I'm not coming to Delaware, first of all.
No, for no
definitely
sexual
not coming.
What part of Delaware?
I don't know.
had an ex from
It's no-
Dover.
it's no
I didn't
good
like her.
parts.
She was like.
It's no good parts.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's the first date, and it's seceded. How are you a state that's seceded during the Civil War, but you're the smallest state? Like,
Yes.
just stay with the fucking the good people, dog.
Yeah.
Like
And
they're
the-
like, no, well,
And it was like their friend gave me a good warning, but also a shitty warning. I was like,
Not a
lady,
walk away after
you didn't
that.
tell me exactly what happened. But getting back to what we were talking about trying to hook you up and like, help you get your game tight. I tried to warn a male comedian not too long ago who was trying to hook up with one of my friends.
Yeah.
Not to. He like asked me for help, and I was like, "Yo,
Are you trying to talk about me
No.
in a story? Oh, okay. I was like, hold on.
So
Is this
if
one of your...
I was your friend, no, this is another
You're
guy.
like, so this was a friend.
This is another guy that and we'll talk about it after the podcast.
Yeah.
But he came to me and was like, "Yo, I'm really feeling your homegirl. Like, I'm trying to holler at her." And I was like, "Oh, her right there." And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Yeah, you should not fucking no, absolutely not."
Yeah.
And he was like, "How? What?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, don't holler at her like even a little bit." And he was like, "You're just being a hater." Like, accused me of being a hater as if I was trying to like harm
Intercept.
his penis and ego
Right,
in the
right.
same.
Had y'all
whatever.
ever had sex before?
Hell no.
Oh, okay. All right.
Gross.
All right. You just
Anyway.
you slammed the door on my man hard.
Anyway, months go by and he doesn't listen to me. And he hits up my friend anyway, goes behind my back, hits her up, like finds her Instagram, hits her up, asks her out. She says, "Yeah, let's go out on Sunday at 8."
Oh.
He's like, see you fucking liar, Chanel. She's already going out. Me, we're going out. We have reservations. Monday comes. He messages me again. She never showed up to the restaurant. She didn't show up. She didn't call. She no-showed. I think she blocked me on everything. She's hurt me so deeply. And I've now realized that you were just trying to keep me safe. Because you're such a good friend. And I was like, part of these things are true. Yeah, for sure. I knew that she wasn't going to like you and probably would
6
hurt
out
your
of 10
feelings.
there.
But also, you set yourself up for this because wake up and read the room,
Was she a comic too?
Hell no.
Oh God. So
no.
why? Okay, here we go then. Why wasn't it gonna work?
Because
Without
I know
explaining
my
too many
girlfriends.
details, like-
I know my girlfriends so well.
Cause
And
that happens to me
know-
too, and I've been the nigga who's like, nah, watch, and then
Yeah.
bang, like it's like a
yeah.
cool little challenge. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I just know my girlfriends well, and I know, especially at this point in our lives when we're not 24 anymore, we're not 25.
Yeah.
We
There you go.
all collectively have had significant relationships that have outlined things we do and don't want. And so she's like my girl. So I know for sure that a lot of his qualities she would not like just in terms of the way that he lives, the way he takes care of his lifestyle and lives as a
Yeah.
man. It's just not for her. On top of that, conversely,
Yeah.
I know that she's had such hard relationships with men that her trust issues are so high, and that her openness is
Right.
a bit closed off. That it would take a man who has a stronger personality than this guy to break that down. So I knew that they were just ill matched, and
Got
it
it.
was like, you guys are just gonna hurt each other and anger each other, which they immediately did. Immediately, first date. He's pissed. She was probably annoyed at
But
something.
you just said that they didn't go on a date though.
No, they didn't go on a date. But I'm just saying, like, he's pissed because she didn't call. She no-showed.
Right.
And in my mind, that's what I thought was going to happen, for sure. I was like, yeah, she'll probably entertain you for a little while. And then she'll realize, no, I've done this with this type of guy so many times before. It's not for me. I'm not going to waste more of my life.
Okay.
So she didn't.
So it was a timing thing for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I would describe it. Also, like, he's an improv. So I was like, oh. Where are you gonna take him? He doesn't know how to act.
Yeah. Your friend Bill Hader. Got it. Get it. He's not a good one.
Have you met your idols during comedy that upon meeting them you were like, oh, you suck?
I don't know if I have had a I don't know if I've had a you suck as much as I've had a I thought it was gonna be more. I don't know if I don't know if I've gone as left as like no you're trash. Like I don't know how you've got anything you've gotten, but I definitely have had like oh all right well.
But you're like, yeah, I thought you'd be
I
cooler.
don't know if I aspire to be much like you anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do feel like that's across the board. That's
Yeah.
happened, especially in comedy.
But then I've also met people that I was like, yo, you are cool as hell. You know? Yeah.
One time I was at a party.
Like that I was like, I kind of want to be more like you.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
One time I was at a party and we had just rolled a nice little something to smoke. was one of those Dave Chappelle parties. So it's a who's who. Busta Rhymes is in
right.
there. Kanye West is in there. And he's angry about it. There's all these people walking around, you know. And we had just finished rolling some weed, and it just like it's like the rolled thing just happened to roll off the table.
Yeah.
And then suspiciously onto the dance floor perfectly, like through the crowd, and all the way up to the stage where Donnell Rawlings was standing.
Stop.
And he saw it, and he immediately picked it up and lit it and smoked it. And I was like, man, I used to really like you, man.
Yo, this
you
nigga
know?
is trash.
I used to really like you, man. And you just, I feel like
that.
I can't even say anything. You're just in your mouth already. And you got it off the ground. And there's just levels of decisions that I just saw you make. And I never thought you were like that, man. I never thought you were like that.
You had a microphone in your hand. You could at least been like, yo, who blunt is this? Like,
that's so silly. He had no emotion,
four
too.
blunts in his ears was just like, nah.
He had no emotion. He just like, as soon as he saw it, he was like, hell yeah. And he's just gone.
But how do you know? How do you know that he wasn't under the influence?
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
He had a lot of gall. Okay, now we're going to play a game called I'm Good. This is my last segue, so you'll love it. Called I'm Good. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to pretend like I'm pouring up a concoction of some crazy drink, and you're going to pretend like you're pouring up a concoction of some crazy drink or smoke. And we're going to try to pass it to each other, and we're going to make excuses for why we can't do it. I'll go first, so you just mix up a little concoction over there. Like fake mix it up. We're acting, we're playing. And you try to peer pressure me, and I'm going to make an excuse.
Yo, I made this from my mom's favorite homemade liquor, and she loves you every time she sees your stand up. You got to take this to the head, bro.
Dang.
Coming
from a nigga named Colin. There's the decisions that I make.
I'm good.
And that's the game. No, I'm kidding. You set me up for that one. Okay, now I'm mixing a drink.
Now that you know my name is Colin.
I know, everything changes.
Yeah.
The good thing is, after I do a podcast episode, I don't remember anything we said in here. So it's gone in my mind instantly. I can't remember any of it. I've been watching episodes of this podcast. I'm like, that's hilarious. I don't remember saying that. That's a hilarious story. So I'm rolling up. You ready?
Yo,
I got the Zaza. I got this loud all the way from Cali. I didn't even fly back with this. I took a boat. You got to have some. You want some?
You know, the last time I did something like that with you, the last time you referred to anything as Zaza, I think I woke up in the hospital. So I don't want to go back there again because you know how broke I am already.
Those premiums are high.
No, but are any of your friends gonna like me after this?
Whoa! First time we ever played this game, and you had a follow-up question. That's amazing. He's like, I'm not gonna do it unless one of your friends are watching, and they think I might like.
Will he accept me more?
If they're gonna think I'm really cool.
I'm not even drunk, and literally, I think that's exactly what I would do. Like, the inner me would literally be like, but wait, I'll sacrifice this whole night if someone's gonna like me.
I will say, one time I was doing acid with a good girlfriend, and I had decided, before we did it, I didn't want to be as high as like we usually do when we do acid. Because you can't control acid. Once it gets in you,
but what if we hold on to the high?
So, it's one of those things where you let it melt on your tongue.
Yeah.
And so we did it. We're like, ooh, we're doing acid, and she turned away, and I was like, I spit mine out. Because I was like, I'm not going to get as high as you, and you'll never know. You can't prove it. I was way higher than her.
Still?
She went to sleep after a few hours, and I was sitting up there rocking back and forth, just gone out of my mind. And also just trying to configure how that science could work. Like, I didn't do the thing. So why am I so much higher than her? So let that be a lesson, you kids.
What was the environment for this? What was
we
this?
were in a hotel.
Okay.
A lady knocked on the door. She said, you guys have been laughing for hours. And we were like, we just closed the door in her face. Because what are you going to say to that?
No, literally nothing. It's like, do you want some of this acid that's on the floor that I threw on the floor?
I'm sorry that you're lonely. We're hilarious, though. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me about everything.
Thank you. That was so much fun. This is lit. I love talking to you.
I love talking to you, too. I knew this was going to be such an easy episode. I was like, I'm not going to do that many notes.
Right. Just bang, bang. Oh, you had really good questions. I learned a lot about myself.
Hell yeah. This is a Girls Guide podcast. I am comedian Chanel Ali. Cab, tell people where they can find you and where they can follow you.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Make sure you respond in the comments all the questions that I asked. I thought it was live streaming. No, I'm
Guys,
kidding.
hit his DMs.
No, I have a big head but a small brain. Anyway, follow me at @cab_Washington. Follow Runnin Late Comedy Show. Runnin Late Comedy Show. No G. Best show on earth. And yeah, come out to shows in Brooklyn, NYC. And yeah, I hope to see you soon.
Hell yeah. You guys, stay smoky. Drink if you want to.
But not if you don't want to smoke. Like, if you're a drinking person.
Listen, this podcast is all about choices and knowing yourself and not taking it too seriously, but also straighten up. You know? I'm Shanali. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you soon.
Bye.